fellows of the Agora Policy. Mr. Waziri Ado, the founder of Agora Policy, thank you very much for your abiding hope, or for the abiding hope you continue to give us. By the way, I think Waziri find it difficult sometimes to introduce me as a politician. On a serious note, I think I should make that one because it was one mistake I made through my years I've been in government. I tried to shy away from the fact that I'm a politician because of the stigma that the liberal politics of politicians are about. So I told myself, oh, I'm not a politician, I'm a technocrat. I didn't realize that calling myself a technocrat was actually a loud exclusion. Because if you call yourself a technocrat, there was no reason anybody would invite you into the room when they're discussing the power and the politics. So they take the decision, no matter how wrong-headed, and they pass it down to you to go and with the mate, then you come back to them, they don't care what you say. They don't care what you say. But when you are in the room, you stand a chance of at least sneaking a voice and getting to step in a particular direction. Politicians sometimes care so much about winning the election that what you write, so I find doesn't really mean much to them. That if you not give up, you do your own and you can go home and sleep and say, well, I done my part. The one other thing that I will add to that is that politicians, yes, care about winning an election, and they are mostly afraid of losing an election. But one thing you can leverage, one way you can leverage on that also, is by showing how your proposal can actually help them to win the election. If a politician thinks that by constructing release and violence that can win the election, you can actually show through your paper and argue that fixing schools can actually help them to win the election as well, if that's what they care about. I really enjoyed the experience of working with my fellows on the various papers, the array of topic, whether it's the Linda coastal people, how talented affect coastal people, or Hope on the state policing, or Ejiro on freedom of information. There is this other gentleman that worked on malaria, on the vaccine hesitance. Who is that lady? He's not here. Yeah, he's not here. Vaccine lady. Sorry, yeah, it was a lady on vaccine hesitance. Yes, it was quite very interesting. Is there one? Ruth Okafor, yes. She worked on how to tackle vaccine hesitance in introducing malaria vaccine in Nigeria, and I think that was very, very interesting. I was also particularly very interested in how to make state policy work. So for me, it wasn't just reading his papers. I was also genuinely looking for answers to the questions that they were raising. For example, videos how to make Freedom of Information Act function better. I know that the law I'm a part, but I know that there are also kind of barriers against actual implementation. So I was excitedly looking for locating where the challenges are and actually proposing real solutions on how to make it function better. One of the courses that I engaged in my PhD work is the Gulf of Guinea, the Sahel and the Gulf of Guinea, and what is causing the issue. Because when we talk about challenges of banditry and crimes, we often look at the Sahel and all that. But people don't pay much attention to what is happening in the Gulf of Guinea and what is driving all that. So when later proposed how climate is affecting people in the coastal area. So I was really fascinated with that. And I'll talk more about it in there. So for me, it was a great experience. But what I noticed is that I realized that it was all 3 months gone. But by the time that we were turning in the hideout papers, I actually felt that was the time that was actually when I started to feel comfortable that we are arriving at the point that we are getting close to the point that we should be getting. What we did 3 topics that was designed. Then I made suggestions. I made comments on all the various topics. Then made suggestions for fellows to choose. Then we did an outline. Each person did an outline. They will walk through the outline. Then the first draft. Then after the first draft, I made comments. Then the second draft will turn out to be the final draft. I wish there will be another opportunity after that second draft, because that was by the second draft that I began to get the feeling that yes, these guys are getting close, right? Not that that was the final moment. So that's just one important point that I thought I should make. Now, what I said about Lina was an academic research fellow, right? I struggled a little bit because she had to make that transition from writing academic paper to writing policy paper, but she worked so hard. Before you give her feedback, before you turn around, she had already come back to you. So I must commend you for the efforts here. And all of you worked very hard, but I must say that I could see that she was really struggling to make that transition between the kind of paper that she's used to writing, which is academic paper. In fact, the first one she wrote, I felt like it was a PhD thesis in America. About this educated for a while. About this educated, so I beg you, and take it easy, so small, you know. So I think Agora should think a little bit more on the format, going to the next cohort, because like Osiri has said, those are brilliant papers, the one I highlight, very, very good papers. But I think they can still benefit from at least two more that, you know, so very good papers, but not there yet. Not there yet. So even though if you are graduating, please spend time to do it again. Like I told my fellows, I will be very happy anytime to work with you, even after you have graduated, as you continue to work on this. So thank you very much.